Hello guys, my name is Benz and welcome back to the No Pain No Gain series. So, straight into it today. Let's have a quick look at the job. I've already picked up a job. Have a look. 13 ton transmissions, 13 tons worth going from Varkaus. We're going to Varkaus in... No, going to Faberas in Varkaus. Oh, this is a great start. So this is the route. So exactly where we left off last time. Gone up through Estonia, I think it is. And then back into Finland, but we're going to go up through this sort of area, which I'm hoping to see. Have we already been up that way? I think we've already been up that way actually. Oh yeah, because we need to get the we've done a live stream. I can't remember, but we'll head up that way. This is the most profitable job we've got, which is 18 grand I think. So we'll do that anyway. 18 grand. Yeah, 18,717. So we'll do that anyway. Right. If you guys just want to see the trailer, that is it. DB Shineka or whatever the hell they are. Right, let's go. Still in the trusty old Renault. Not failed us yet. So, big apologies for this episode because I've actually just come off 3 days straight of 12-hour shifts. So I've already done look, oops, I've pretty much done nearly 36 hours worth of work already. I've done my week's worth of hours in 3 days. So if I'm going to yawn this episode, it is because I'm genuinely tired. I've actually been putting off recording for as many days as possible, but I've got shit to do. I've actually got a lot of stuff to do today, but I need to get this video recorded and then get it out. What is that fucking? What's that Magnum doing? You ready to get fucked over, mate? Yep, that's what I thought. And I got too close to. They're stuck now. They're in a stalemate. Yeah, so what we've got to talk about today. So SCS did recently put out a picture. Now I saw this picture yesterday. I don't know if it actually went out yesterday or not, but I saw a picture with I don't know who actually is an SCS, but he's like one of the top-notch guys. He's done a lot of videos with Squirrel, as he's one of the developers of ATS and ETS. Don't know if he's like the lead developer or something like that. But he actually invited the guy who's in charge of the Pro Mods mod. I don't know his name either. I think the guy who is in charge of SCS, I think his name's Pavel. I don't know the full name. I'm pretty sure it's Pavel. The guy who's in charge of Pro Mods, he went out to the Czech Republic, which is where SCS are based. Speed limit here. I thought it would be 33. That started raising some questions as to why he's out there and what their plan is. So something I've wanted for a while is some sort of Pro Mods integration into ETS. But I'm talking about it being an SCS thing with Pro Mods backing and Pro Mods, you know, technical support. Or even integrate Pro Mods into SCS. So, because what Pro Mods have done, have took the game and they've actually expanded it by a fuck ton. You know, that's a proper scientific engineering term. It is a fuck ton loads. They put a lot of stuff into it. Oh, there's a cyclist. I'll go around you. Oh shit, that's really 40. And they've actually done a cracking job to it. They brought in realism to it. Like, I actually have a favourite junction on this game, and it's really sad, but I actually have a proper favourite junction on this game, and that is the one that I've mentioned about before at Felixstowe, where you come away from Felixstowe and you got to turn onto the A12, because that is almost exactly like for like what it should be in real life. And I know that because I drive that route every fucking day when I come home from work. There's one thing that route is missing, and that is the Orwell Bridge. There is a bridge between that junction and Felixstowe. There is a very large bridge that they never seem to include. If they put that in, that bit of road would be perfect. That would be exactly as it should be. Yeah, even if they brought in pro mods onto SES like, properly, as in when you download the game, you download everything to do with pro mods with it as well, like full integration. That would be brilliant. What the guy's doing there, I don't think it is. Because the picture actually had a what was it? Just a picture of an American, like a little model American truck in front of him. My thinking is it's something to do with ATS. I think the ATS is, you know, fallen a lot. You know, it's failing. It's pretty much a failed release at the moment in my eyes, anyway. It's a reprint of ETS with nowhere near as many trucks, and the map is nowhere near as big. My guessing, this is just a complete random guess, is Pavel, whatever his name is, has invited the guy from ProMods over to Czech Republic, have a chat with him, and see if he can do something along the line of ProMods for ATS to see if he can entice some people back. Because for reasons unknown, SES are not producing the updates for ATS as fast as people want them. And I'm talking map updates and truck updates. Like, they still only have 2 trucks. No, 3 trucks, sorry. They still only have 3 trucks. Originally 2, and they've only had 1 since this release. Whenever the hell that was. And that's a piss take, really. That's, you know, that's not very good at all. That's really rubbish. Considering when just after release they were talking about releasing more trucks soon, and that hasn't happened. It hasn't happened at all. On the map side of things, I've mentioned this many times in the past. You originally had the idea of driving from one side of America to the other. And at the moment all we've got so far is Arizona, Nevada and California. Those 3 maps are nowhere near as big as what they should be. Just those 3 sections should be bigger than each individual one should be bigger than what they should be anyway, and have more drop-off points in there. And they recently announced the New Mexico one, or Mexico, which I don't know what, whichever. I think it's New Mexico, isn't it? It's an American state. Still waiting for them to release that, and that's taken them fuck knows how long, a year or so. So to get all the 51 states of America into the game, that's going to take them many years. So my thinking is they've brought on both pro mods to try and do something with ATS. Put a mod on there that will entice people back to it and play it and buy it, so they can fund it. Which is not a bad thing to try. I don't know how far they want them to go though. Alright, steering wheel. Ooh, hello. No traction. I'll go. Good girl. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes from that. I do believe it's something to do with ATS. What though, I don't know. I hope it's something to try and entice people back. The thing is, I don't want promos to come in and start finishing the map off for SES, and then calling it a mod, because that's not right. That's not what we. That's not the idea we bought into when everyone bought the game. Because if SES starts supporting pro mods, they then start supporting mods. If they start supporting one mod, they then got to start supporting all mods. That's where the issue can come in. I don't know of any game, apart from its mods from their own website or something they develop themselves, and I know of no game developer who directly supports individual mods. Like they'll support, they'll allow you to install mods onto your game, and they'll give you a warning saying, you install this, you have the potential of fucking up your game. But I know of no developer that will give you support or directly have the game wrapped around a mod, to bring the mod directly integrated into the game. They'll never support that fully. I think ETS might do the best version of it, where they actually have like the where you can install the mods from the workshop or from the your documents folder. They'll allow that and allow you to adjust the order of them. But still, you cannot go to SES and say, at the moment, you cannot go to SES and say, right, Pro Mods is no longer working. Your game's fucked. No. They will not touch your game. They will not look at your problems in any way, shape or form until you've uninstalled that mod. If you have mods on your game, they will not be interested in helping you out. But if they start doing this with pro mods and they start integrating it fully, then that is something they have to be prepared to do, because that is what full integration is. It's going to be interesting. I've blabbered on about that a bit. It probably made no sense whatsoever, because I'm struggling to make sense of myself. downloaded a couple newer games I'm going to crack at as well. One game that is going to come to the channel eventually. It's quite a hard game to record and a hard game to get people on and play with. Is what the fuck is it called? Pulsar Lost Colony. I've had my eye on that game for many years now, and I finally downloaded it in the Steam sale. It was on there for like 8 quid, I think? No, 12 quid. Anyone who's played Star Trek Bridge Command or knows exactly what it's like, because you actually run a ship, and you actually have people on the different departments of a ship. So you'll have your captain, engineering, science, weapons, and pilot. And yeah, it's just hard getting everybody on to play that game at the same time, but we will, eventually we will. There's also, I've also downloaded some Nordica. Now that game's been out for a long time, but that's been heavily updated in the last few months. And that actually looks like a game that I want to play. I want to play quite badly actually. That's got a story behind it, that's got adventure, it's got looting, it's got all sorts. So I'm going to record that eventually. I'm going to replace that. That's going to replace something else on this channel. Because I don't think it's going to record very well anymore, and that's going to be probably going to be jalopy, because I don't know. I'm going to record that a few more times, see how far we get with it, see if that gets any better. Oh no, sorry, no, I did say, no, I did say in the last video, that was the live stream. I said, yeah, I ain't playing that anymore for the moment until it's been updated. They could play a bit better. At the moment, it's a bit shitty. So yeah, someone will come to the channel eventually. It's not going to come straight away. I need to decide exactly what I'm going to do with it. You guys probably did notice that live streams have halted on the channel for a week or so, and just whilst I do these extra 12-hour shifts. Once I get them out of the way, I'm back on the weekend. This weekend probably might be some live streams in the evening. I don't know when though. Everything will be back eventually. Just at the moment, just chilling out and getting everything sorted. Bye-bye, Mr. Policeman. Yeah, it's been a hard fucking week. I've actually been at work because I've been at Volvo for 9 years, nearly 10 years now, and I've never actually done an engine job. I've never put an engine into a vehicle before, and I got given the opportunity this week to do that, and I won't let it go. I'm not going to let anyone else do that job for me, so I said I'll come in and do 12-hour days to get it done, and that has been a killer. Basically what the fault with the engine is, I actually went out to it on Friday. I went out to the vehicle where it was actually being kept, and the complaint was low oil warning on the dash, running rough, and that's been high idling. So went out to it, looked into it, and started up. And that sounded like a bag of nails. Initially, before I even went out, we all thought, okay, something's drastically gone wrong. If you've lost a lot of oil, can't see where it's coming that way. If you've lost enough oil for it to say warning on the dash, then there's a big problem there already. And with it sounding rough, yeah, that's something's bad's going on there. So went out to it, checked underneath, no oil leaks. Tried to put a computer on it, computer would not connect. There's a fault there, it was a separate fault entirely, but don't worry about that one. check the oil before I start up, just to see what the level's at. Nothing on the stick. Had some oil with me, filled some oil into it. That took me 12 litres of oil. These engines hold 33 litres of oil, so that's nearly half the oil gone out of it. So, phoned up the workshop. I said, right, can't do anything with it here, it sounds rough, get it recovered. Needs to come back to our place, we need to further look at it. Got it back, we got the cab over, and we found oil, engine oil, inside the inlet manifold. So to people who aren't technically minded and don't know too much about engines, basically there shouldn't be oil there, in the most simplest of terms. On the inlet manifold is where your air comes in to feed the engine, where inside the engine then begins to fuel and air mixture. Yeah, basically engine oil and passing into the to now, even though I've got the vehicle done, we still don't know exactly how it was done, where the oil comes from. It's one of the things you'll never ever know, unless you start properly stripping things down and becoming a proper scientific engineer, and yeah, you'll never know. The only people will know is when the engine gets sent back to the factory and I'll be reconditioned. They'll probably know, but we'll never find out ourselves. So yeah, the oil in the engine, oil in parts of the engine when it shouldn't have been. Oh, some lights I suppose. Oh, this, what is it? Flick twice, there we go. So yeah, the first job was check the turbo, see if oil passed through the turbo. No oil. Check see if there's oil in the they've got an oil spinner on there. Check that off, see if there's no pass through there. No. One of the apprentices took off the bottom intercooler hose, so you got the air coming through the turbo. The air pushed in by the turbo is pushed through a radiator, and at the bottom of there's a hose that you take off and have a look at it. And at the bottom of that hose was full of oil, absolutely full of oil. Oh, hello. See where it's bend. So yeah, we were like, okay. Couldn't see exactly. We needed to have a good look at it. We needed a good look inside the engine. We needed a good look at the pistons, a look at the cylinders. So basically, I took the cylinder head off. That's a big old job by itself. So done that, and when we looked at the pistons, what actually happened was because the oil had been getting in the engine was actually running on the oil. Wasn't burning fuel, it was burning oil. Oh, a bit tight there. And it must have got a lot hotter than what it should have been, because the tips of the injectors, the actual fuel injectors, was actually gone. It was actually destroyed. And this is like carbon steel. This is ridiculously strong steel. So yeah, that had been destroyed. The actual tops of the pistons, which themselves are reinforced steel, you know, they're proper steel. They're things that are designed to get really hot, and they had actually been melted. The actual, it goes into a shape like it's like a pyramid, like a smooth pyramid. Yeah, that had been ripped off, that had been destroyed. So going by that, we sort of said, well, if it's done that, then the engine's done a thing what we call, oh shit, it's done a thing what we call hydraulicing, where basically, for people who don't know, you can't compress liquid. Liquid is an uncompressible thing. Gas you can compress, you can make it, you know, raise the pressure of it, but water or liquid you can't. and oil is a liquid. So if you're pouring a liquid, a thick liquid, because fuel, so a little bit of basics, but when you take fuel and you're spraying it into an engine, you're atomizing it, so you're actually spraying in a gas or an atomized liquid, so it combusts. That's where the combustion comes from. If you're pouring oil into it, so a thick liquid, if you're pouring all that into it and the engine is obviously going up and down, you're getting the gap. So let me drive. If you've got the piston going up and down, you've got this gap that keeps growing and shrinking, growing and shrinking. Oh, you motherfucker. So if you pour enough liquid in there, so as you fill that gap, so these lights going to change. Yeah, if you've got enough liquid to pour it in there and fill that gap, and then cause the engine to strain, then the bit that's pushing this piston, so you've got a piston and then you've got like an arm that goes down on a circle on a crank, that's pushing it, and there's a bit of metal here, it's going to bend, and then that's it, that's the engine fucked. Yeah, so we didn't even need to take the sump off and have a look at the pistons. We knew for a fact that they were going to be damaged. There was no two ways about it. There was no way an engine could take on that amount of oil and not have that sort of damage not done to it. So the decision was made, put an engine in it. So the whole job went smoothly, absolutely smoothly, up until the point where I needed to lift the new engine in. So the new engine, oh, we did 56, okay. So come to the new engine. Now we didn't have the right kit to do it. I'll start off by saying that we did not have the right kit to lift an engine into a fully built engine into a truck. Done 31 again, I mean. So basically what happened was we had a bit of chain that sort of met in the middle, but part of the chain was actually rubbing against the rocker cover, so the actual plastic cover this is on top of the engine to cover all the vital bits on top. Actually touching on it. Now this wasn't my fault, this was a decision made by someone else. I'm not going to go on their tracks just in case. So when I actually come to lifting it, as the chain lifted and took strain and I started to pick the engine up, it actually cracked the cover. So bits of plastic shattered off. There were 4 big bits of plastic, and managed to get 2 of them. 2 of them were still sort of attached to the rock cover. Oh, sorry, 1 was still attached to the rock cover. Got that off. Lifted the rock cover off. Found another bit sitting inside the timing gears. Managed to get that up. 2 more bits unaccounted for. Managed to see one that was right down in the timing gears. Bearing in mind, if a bit of plastic gets into these timing gears and jams them up, that's another engine fucked. So, tried to grab it, it fell further down, couldn't see it. At this point, I'm panicking like, oh my fucking god, what's going on here? So, I turn the engine by hand to see if I can feel it in the gears somewhere, you know, see if you can guess where it is. Because 9 times out of 10, it doesn't always fall all the way through to the bottom. Because the gears, oil gets poured on it from the top, it pours down the back, and then pours down into the sump at the bottom. So turn the engine by hand, and I heard something drop. I heard one bit drop. Other bits still unaccounted for. Is that resting bay over there? Let's get this side. This not a sleeping area? Or right in the bay? Right, okay. Mind having me out here? Or is it right in the middle? Come on. Drive right forward then. Okay, starting to piss me off now. Fuck it, let's go on the boat. Rest on the boat, never remember. Oh, where is the boat thing? Oh, hold on. Hello, shut up, eh? Oh, I got to drive through the fence and I got caught up, but I just want to come back. Stop. Right, Helsinki, let's go. Come on, I'll finish my story. What was there? Yeah, so basically said, right, because it was on when we actually get engines delivered to us, they actually put onto a cradle, actually rested. Right, I haven't actually rested, so I'm actually gonna go on a road and try and find somewhere away from here to rest. So let's go to here first. Yeah, when the engines are actually delivered to us, they're actually put on cradles, so they actually don't move. But when the cradles are on, there's actually no clearance to get the actual sump off the oil pan. So what I actually had to do was put the engine into the truck first, which is a pain in the ass by itself, and then get the sump off. Now, I wasn't hopeful I was going to find anything. I was not hopeful in the slightest. But it was happened before in the past, and not been able to find anything. But to my surprise, took the sump off. Thankfully, landed at the back. Two pretty plastic pieces. I even managed to play a little detective and actually put the pieces together. And it all fitted perfectly, so we knew for a fact there's no other pieces missing. There was no others that were gonna turn up and fuck us over. over there. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm good. Not too far away from the thing right now. Let's see. Oh well, let me rest. But yeah, once we found them pieces, got everything back together. There's a few other little minor hiccups with parts not being ordered and certain bits that aren't fitted to the engine that need to be swapped over from the old one. I'm not realising. I'm going to strip down a few more pieces again to put it back on and yada yada. But after that, everything went swimmingly. Fired it up. It sounded absolutely gorgeous. I was so fucking happy to hear it roar. Oh, there's traffic out here, isn't there? Fuck, there is traffic. Oh, come on, boys, there we go. There we go. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, so first engine job completed, and it was enjoyable. If I was actually given an opportunity to do some more 12-hour shifts and do another engine, I'd take it up, snap it up straight away. Because it wasn't a bad job, to be honest with you. And thankfully, the weather stayed cool. It wasn't ridiculously hot, like it has been the last few days. I can't see that. I'm gonna have to go there, so I can't see the light. Actually, I could base it off him, couldn't I? As long as he goes, then I'll go. Well, still a fair way to go. More lights. Stop. Sort of here so I can see the light. I'll get a bit further forward. Oh my god, I'm so shattered. See, I'm okay with yawning today because I've actually got a damn good reason for it. Normally I don't. Was that 50 miles an hour? Yeah, well, I'll go to 50. Then we do 50, I'll go to 50. Oh, where's the bus? Be around for your money. You bitch. That's what I thought, bitch. Ooh, fancy, fancy. Oh, Yeah, some other things, yeah. We're actually getting quite a good group of people together on the old Discord. Actually plan some games together, getting some you know, having a good old laugh. It's something I haven't had in a very long time, having a good group of friends on the PC to sit down and play games with. And I do want to take the opportunity to thank them for it, because it's something that hey bitch, something I haven't had in a very long time, and I have wanted for a very long time. It's just people not having the time to play games, or you know, just sometimes not having the time just to be sociable. That's not anyone's fault. That's just, at the end of the day, you've got to go away, earn money, and live, basically. I know the situation quite well. But people have adjusted things, people have made time to play games, and no matter what stick video games gets and what stereotype people get, video games, if you play the right games in the right mindset, video games can be the most sociable thing that you will ever do. And yeah, so group of us playing some Arma 3, and we're testing out all the different game modes. I think actually tonight we're actually going to play some life mod and see if we can get a game going on life. That truck just bounced off that barricade. Hello, hello, hello. Oof. Didn't have my rope pedal went that far down. We've also got AK, good old friend AK from going way back now. Actually, I've known him for quite a long time now. He's actually managed to. Big congratulations to him. I wouldn't know how to do it. He's actually set up a Minecraft server on his PC, his own personal PC, and it runs pretty fucking well. Every now and then you get a bit of lag when you get a few people on there, but for what it is, it's amazing. It's something brilliant. Saves money as well. Eventually probably will blow up his PC, but it's something to have for now, and it's just pretty damn good. But yeah, we've got that going, building a house. Trying to learn Minecraft over again. I'm just trying to learn Minecraft this year. I've never actually spent a great amount of time on it, and that is something I have said to you guys that I've wanted to do many times in the past, actually, is play some Minecraft and get used to it. Mess around with some mods and see where it goes. Just not had the people to show me, not had the time to play it. But the time is different now. I've made that time available, and we shall crack on with that. Minecraft probably won't be, unless we do any like maps or anything, like custom maps, there probably won't be anything that'll be video wise, but it will be live stream. We'll do some live stream on it. We're planning on doing like a little exploration trip at some point, maybe over the weekend, not sure. Obviously mining, cave, find us the caves. Arma 3 is the same sort of thing. It's going to be more streaming rather than videos. So 56. Oh shit! I'm going to get out of fuel. Where's my map? There's a fuel station there. I should have enough fuel to get me here. Click on that. I hope so anyway. Many miles away, but shut up. 146 miles or 104 miles, something like that. Oh shit, I'm turning off. Stupid junctions, I hate them junctions. should be able to get me to where I need to go. We're doing 7 to the gallon. That's not bad actually for a truck like this. Damn lane changes. Much else to say. If you want to be a part of that group, you know, just having fun times and, you know, taking a piss out of each other, having just a really good time gaming, then there is a link on YouTube for the Discord, so come and make yourself known, come and say hello, have a chat, get yourself known, and come and enjoy yourself. Come and play some video games. Show us some new games, we'll show you some new games, you know. That's how the world works. Build links, grow your contacts, and yeah, shit will happen. I don't mean shit as in bad, I mean things will happen. Stop. Playing video games, having more people to talk to, and having a damn good time playing video games cannot be a bad thing to say. It cannot be a bad thing, I'd say. Right, turn left here. Just realised. The fuel station. Didn't mean to turn the engine off as I turned before the handbrake room. That's bad. Bad. Big old tanks on this motherfucker. Let's go. Line my truck up so I can see both ways. Close enough. Let's go this way. Just gonna discover more of the road. What's that? Discover a Scania dealer. charity live stream. Charity live stream. That's on the. Can't remember. It's in September, mid-September. I'm still waiting to hear back from people about games. I want to know what games people want to see. Let me know, and I shall make it happen. Yeah, want to know. Let me know a list of games. I'll create a short list, create a schedule. Then people will know exactly what games are on and what time. So if you want to come on and watch one game, then I will let you know when that is. Just I need to know what games you guys want to watch. If you don't tell me, then I'm going to have to create my own list, and that might not be the right list. Take number 50, I think there's going to be a fucking police car around here, and it's bound to be. Also, if you still want to, if you want to donate early, then please do. Just text BENZ1606. No, sorry, no, it's not that. It's BENZ89. Then the pound symbol, then whatever donation you want to make, to 770. That would be greatly appreciated. That goes to Macmillan Game Changers, which obviously then funds Macmillan Cancer Support, which do help a lot of people get through the stresses and strains of living with cancer. So that would be hugely appreciated, not just by me, but many others who will benefit from that money. Oh, the job's coming up. Excuse me. Trains from like Transport FIFA. If anybody remembers it. Wabubbas, this is what we are, Wabubbas. And here we are. I've done it. Yeah, I thought I would. And engine off. Excellent. Can I level up? Oh, got level up. Yeah, we have. Right, okay, so we want to go slightly further. So long distance, yes. No, let's do explosives. Or flammable, whatever it is. Apply. Yes, sweet. Job's good. Okay guys, that is it for now. Thank you all very much for watching. I shall talk to you all very soon. Bye bye.